More than 30 million Americans suffer from an eating disorder. Anorexia alone has the second highest death rate of all mental illness. And now new numbers from a Denver nonprofit show the pandemic fueled an increase in this deadly and silent disorder, a disorder that often goes undiagnosed. Denver 7's Eddie Guajardo shines a light on the growing problem and how some are finding hope.
Every day we're bombarded with images of perfection and a sense of achievement and happiness that can feel so far-fetched when we look in the mirror.
It kind of began with anorexia.
Emma Moody was just 12 years old when her struggle began.
I felt very unsafe in my physical body. So I thought, if I can stop eating, if I can numb myself.
For 2 years, she skipped meals.
I hid it really well.
And reduced her portions significantly.
I just wanted to hide. I wanted to be so small internally that nobody could see me, nobody could hurt me, nobody could touch me, nobody could love me because I didn't feel worthy of love.
By 14 years old, she broke down and sought help. Her parents checked her into Children's Hospital. 7 years later,
unfortunately, when I was 21, I lost my father to suicide.
And she spiraled, turning to binge eating to fill a void and numb the heartache.
There were times, particularly when I was struggling, I didn't think I was going to make it. I didn't know if I was going to be alive.
Each year, millions of Americans suffer from eating disorders.
A lot of eating disorder behaviors are really kind of culturally acceptable in our society, unfortunately.
Dr. Barbara Kessel, a child and adolescent psychiatrist at Eating Recover Center, says the pandemic fueled a rise in eating disorders as people dropped out of activities, felt a loss of control over their lives, and spent hours on social media.
Just consuming massive amounts of these messages that you need to lose weight, here's an exercise routine, try this diet, it's going to change your life, maybe even this supplement that's going to cause you to lose weight. And those messages can be so toxic.
The most common eating disorders are anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating.
Prior to the opioid epidemic, were the #1 cause of mortality or death of any psychiatric condition.
She says most people die from 2 causes: suicide and medical complications. Since the pandemic, the Eating Disorder Foundation, a nonprofit in Denver, has experienced more than 1,000% increase in new support group members seeking help compared to 2019. Eating disorders impact people of all ages. Recently, the nonprofit saw a spike in participants between 13 and 17 years old and launched a new support group for those 50 and older as needs grow.
Sometimes there is a small voice in the back of my mind that feels, kind of calls me back or tries. It never really goes away completely.
Emma heavily relied on the nonprofit for her recovery.
I haven't had a binge or a period of restriction in probably 3 years of my life.
She's now a mentor, helping people recover and find the life that brings in light.
Colors are brighter, food tastes better, and relationships and connections are so much more valuable for me, and I have no desire to go back, and I think that's such a gift.
Eddie Guajardo, Denver 7.
Addie, thank you. If you or someone you know is suffering from an eating disorder, head to thedenverchannel.com. We have several links to organizations that can offer help.